They were trying to compel people to say he was the greatest. Michael Jordan didn't say that about himself. Kobe Bryant didn't say that about himself. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar didn't say that about himself. Bill Russell didn't say that about himself. Tim Duncan didn't say that about himself. Nobody said that. Nobody but him.
Every time LeBron does something, if Jordan wanted to, he would have done it.
I didn't say
if
that.
he's what you said he...
Michael Jordan versus LeBron James. It is the oldest argument in sports. It is the most recycled debate in barbershops, on podcasts, on ESPN panels, and across every social media feed. And yet, somehow, it is still the most relevant. Why? Because no matter how hard people try to crown LeBron James as a GOAT, no matter how many highlight reels get clipped together, no matter how many hashtags trend on Twitter, the facts keep dragging everybody right back down to the same place. Michael Jeffrey Jordan is a standard. Always has been. Always will be. And Stephen A. Smith is tired of the noise. He's tired of the PR campaigns. He's tired of the carefully crafted narrative spun by LeBron's camp, and is really tired of the social media hype machines that try to turn opinion into fact. Stephen A. isn't here for fairy tales. He's here for the truth. The cold, undeniable, in-your-face truth. And that truth is simple. Jordan doesn't just win the debate. He is a debate. Yes, LeBron is great. Nobody is denying that. He's a once-in-a-lifetime talent, a record breaker, a walking highlight reel. He has redefined longevity. He's carried teams on his back, dragged rosters to the finals, and put up numbers that look like they were built in a video game. But here's the problem. Greatness is not only about numbers. Greatness is not about how many years you've been around or how many box scores you filled. Greatness is about dominance, about ruthlessness, about leaving no doubt. And that's where Jordan ends a conversation before it even starts. Jordan didn't just play the game. He elevated it. He turned basketball into a global phenomenon. He became the blueprint for every single superstar that came after him, including LeBron himself. Let's not forget, LeBron wore number 23. He chose to put that crown on his shoulders. From day one, he didn't just want to be great. He wanted to be Jordan. But here's the difference. Jordan never had to say it. He never once called himself the GOAT. He didn't have to. His game spoke louder than any words could. His dominance echoed through every arena he walked into. His 6 championships, his 6 finals MVPs, his undefeated record on the biggest stage, all of that spoke for him. LeBron, he broke the unwritten rule. He declared it himself. And that's where everything changes. Because none of the legends, not one of them, ever crowned themselves. Not Kareem, not Kobe, not Magic, not Russell, not Duncan, not even Steph Curry, who revolutionized the game in his own way. They didn't need to. They respected the debate. They let history speak for them. They let the fans, the coaches, the competitors build their legacy.
Jordan was the first 40-year-old to drop 40. That's number one. LeBron James is in his 22nd season. That was the 78th time in his career he has scored over 40.
Stephen A. comes in swinging with the most brutal stat of them all. Forget the highlight reels. Forget the PR campaigns. Forget the endless comparisons. This one number cuts deeper than anything else. Michael Jordan had 173 games of 40 points or more in 7 fewer seasons than LeBron James. Let that marinate for a second. LeBron has been at this for 22 seasons. 22 years of prime training facilities, advanced sports science, nutritionists, recovery chambers, load management. Every advantage a modern superstar could ever dream of. And yet, Jordan, who played just 15 seasons, 2 of which were essentially post-retirement tune-ups, still outpace him. What does that tell you? It tells you everything you need to know. LeBron needed more time. He needed more minutes. He needed more games, more possessions, more seasons. And even with all that, he still couldn't touch Jordan's pace. Jordan didn't rely on longevity. He didn't need to stretch out his career like a marathon runner trying to survive to the finish line. Jordan's greatness wasn't about survival. It was about eruption. Every time he stepped on the court, he was a ticking time bomb waiting to go off. LeBron supporters love to brag about his endurance. Look how long he's lasted. Look at his mileage. Look at his age. And sure, that's impressive. But Stephen A. breaks it down plain. Longevity isn't dominance. Longevity is delay. Longevity is hanging around long enough to break records through accumulation, not through force. Jordan did more with less. He didn't just accumulate stats. He carved them into stone. He didn't just play the game. He owned it. His 173 explosions of 40-plus weren't about padding numbers. They were about ripping the heart out of the opponent night after night with surgical precision. So when you look at the stat sheet, it's not just numbers. It's a body bag. A body bag for LeBron's GOAT claim. Because Jordan didn't need 2 extra decades. He didn't need to wait around for history to catch up. He set the bar so high, so fast, that LeBron's marathon still hasn't reached it.
How many 40-point games did Michael Jordan have? 170.
Now we get to the part no LeBron fan wants to hear. But Stephen A. Smith doesn't flinch. He drops the hammer. He says it plain. LeBron James spent the first 8 years of his career underachieving. Think about that. 8 years. Almost a decade. Nearly the length of Michael Jordan's entire prime. And what happened in that span? 1 trip to the finals and a sweep. Plenty of individual highlights. Sure, but when it came time to deliver the ultimate prize, nothing. Meanwhile, Michael Jeffrey Jordan walked into the NBA like a storm. No hand-holding, no learning curve, no patience required. He turned a struggling Chicago franchise, a team nobody feared, a team nobody cared about, into the most feared dynasty in sports. And he didn't need to stack the deck to do it. No blueprint, no shortcuts, no super team. Just fire, willpower, and a level of competitiveness the league had never seen before. LeBron, he had to leave home. He had to leave Cleveland, the city that crowned him the chosen one. He had to run to Miami. He had to buddy up with Dwayne Wade, a proven champion, and Chris Bosh, an all-star big man. He had to be taught how to win. Taught? Jordan never had to be taught. Jordan was a win from day one. He didn't wait for greatness. He didn't borrow greatness. He showed up with greatness already stitched into his DNA. That's the difference. LeBron's legacy, for all its numbers and for all its drama, feels constructed, manufactured, engineered through calculated moves, carefully built rosters, and franchise hopping when the pressure got too heavy. Jordan's was earned. It was forged in sweat, in battles, in climbing over the same mountain he kept getting knocked down by until he finally broke through. And once he did, nobody ever touched him again. That's a contrast Stephen A. hammers home. One man's legacy was engineered. The other man's was destiny. LeBron may have built his resume, but Jordan was his resume. And that's why, no matter how long LeBron plays, no matter how many milestones he racks up, they will never stand on equal ground.
Anything that Michael Jordan wanted to do, he didn't spend the first 8 years.
Stephen A. didn't even blink. He hit back with the kind of clarity only Jordan's resume can provide. Because Jordan didn't need to. He didn't have to chase milestones just to pad his legacy. He didn't have to hop from team to team looking for the perfect supporting cast. He didn't have to rewrite his own story to stay relevant 20 years later. Jordan's greatness was complete in real time. 6 trips to the finals. 6 championships. 6 finals MVPs undefeated. Untouched. Unblemished. That's not just dominance. That perfection. Jordan's career was an MIC drop. You don't follow that up with a sequel. You walk off the stage. Because the show is already over. Now compare that to LeBron. 21 seasons. 4 different teams. Super teams formed. Super teams abandoned. Reunion stage. Coming home ceremonies planned. Documentaries produced. All in an effort not just to win, but to control the narrative. Jordan didn't have to sell his greatness. LeBron has been campaigning for it. And here's the truth nobody in LeBron's camp wants to hear. The fact that we're even asking this question, why does LeBron have to do so much just to be in the conversation, tells you everything. Jordan is the conversation. LeBron is fighting to stay in it. Jordan's career was a statement. Bold, final, indisputable. LeBron's career, for all its brilliance, feels like a plea. See me, crown me, believe me. And the very act of asking undermines the answer. That's the real issue. Jordan never asked. Jordan never begged. Jordan never declared. He just was.
Time LeBron does something, if Jordan wanted to, he would have done it.
I didn't say
if
that.
he's what you said he
Stephen A. doesn't hold back. He steps right into the fire with one of the coldest truths in sports debate. LeBron James has played 7 more seasons than Michael Jordan, and he still hasn't caught him. Let that sink in. 7 extra years, 7 extra training camps, 7 extra playoff runs, 7 extra opportunities to pad the stats, to build the case, to stack the accolades. And yet, with all that added time, Jordan's legacy still sits untouched, unbothered, and undefeated. This is what Stephen A. is screaming from the mountaintop. Longevity is not dominance. Longevity is not the measuring stick of greatness. Longevity is supposed to be the icing on the cake, not the whole dessert. Jordan didn't need 20-plus years to prove who he was. He didn't need the extra miles, the extra minutes, or the extra highlight reels. He did it in 15 seasons, and if we're being honest, it was closer to 13, because 2 of those years were basically him stepping away from the game entirely. Think about that. In nearly a decade less time, Jordan sealed a resume that LeBron is still chasing. Jordan's greatness wasn't about survival. It wasn't about hanging around until the records fell. It wasn't about dragging career across 2 different decades and 4 different eras. Jordan's greatness was about dominance, here and now, when the lights were brightest, when the stage was the biggest, when the pressure was suffocating. Meanwhile, LeBron's entire case rests on longevity, on durability, on playing forever, on waiting the competition out, until there's nobody left to catch him. That's not a crown. That's a countdown clock. Stephen A. puts it plainly. If you need 2 extra decades just to compete, you were never equal to begin with. And that's the line that slices LeBron's argument to pieces. Because Jordan didn't try to prove it. He just proved it. He didn't campaign for the title. The world gave it to him. He didn't ask for his flowers. He was a whole god, and LeBron's greatness is undeniable. His numbers are historic. His consistency is unmatched. But the fact that he's still chasing, still campaigning, still hoping one more season will tip the scale, that in itself proves he hasn't crossed the line into Jordan territory. Because Jordan didn't chase it. Jordan ended it. And that's what Stephen A. is saying loud enough for the whole world to hear. Michael Jordan didn't just win. He defined winning. He didn't just dominate the game. He became the game. And when you've already written the ending, no amount of longevity can rewrite the story.